Hello, grade 12. Welcome back to the channel, Science Therapy, hosted by the one and only science therapist, Abudiwa Sos Ugwabela Wemet. And on today's lesson, we are on finance on the topic of cost and profit. So without any further ado, let's look at this question that we are given here. Okay, so we have question 4. It says, Bobby lives in India and wants to start his own takeaway business. His specialty is chicken biryani. All his ingredients will be bought in bulk. Bobby intends selling a plate of chicken biryani for 80 rupees. So that's the selling price. And then table 4 shows the estimated cost of ingredients used to make 8 plates of chicken biryani. And then we are given our table number 4 estimated cost in rupees of ingredients used to make 8 plates of biryani. Then we are given the product and the cost in rupees. Then we are told here each plate of biryani will be packed in a disposable food container that cost 2.43 rupees each. Right. Then we are told here that biryani is a mixed rice dish made with spices, rice, and meat. Then we have the lovely picture of a plate of biryani there. Looks tasty. Then it says use table 4 and the information above to answer the questions that follow. Then 4.1.1 says determine in rupees the price of 520 grams of chicken. But then when we go up there, note that we are given 1 kg chicken cost 200 rand, right? So we are given in kgs, and then that means if we are given in kgs here, and then the one that we are supposed to determine the price of is given in grams, we know that the first thing that we have to do there is convert this one into kilograms, right? So we have 520 grams, which we know if we have to convert to kilograms, we just mainly have to divide by 1,000, right? So this will give us 0.52 kg. Now we can be able to determine the price by saying if 1 kg of chicken cost 200 rupees, then how much is 0.52 kg, right? So in order to find the price there, we can only just cross multiply this and find that 0.52 kg of a chicken will cost us 104 rupees, right? So if we cross multiply that, we get 104 rupees. So that's how you are supposed to calculate that one. So this is 4.1.1. Then we have 4.1.2 says calculate the total cost to make and package a plate of chicken biryani. Right. Note that in the statement above, we are given that the ingredients and the ingredients and the cost that we see in this table number 4 here is to make 8 plates of chicken biryani. Right. But then we are only asked to calculate the cost of making just 1 plate of chicken biryani. So what are we supposed to do? We can just add and find the cost of making 8 plates of chicken biryani by saying 200 rupees plus 120 rupees plus 10 rupees plus 62 rupees. Then we find the total cost of making 8 plates of chicken biryani, which is 392. But then we have to remember this is making 8 plates. We only need to make 1. So we can take this amount here, divide it by 8 so that we can find the cost of making just 1 plate of chicken biryani. And then we have a price of 49 rupees. But then remember, after making this plate of chicken biryani, we're not just going to serve it to our customers in a pot, right? We have to place it in a container, in a food container. We are being told here each plate of biryani will be packed in a disposable food container that cost 2.43 rupees. So we have to add that to the cost of making and packaging the chicken biryani. So after that, we have to add the price for packaging, which is 2.43. Right. Now we have 49 plus 2.43. This gives us a total price of 51.43 rupees. Right. So I hope that one makes sense. And then let's proceed. We have 4.1.3, it says Bobby claims that he can make more than 50% profit on one plate of chicken biryani. Verify by showing all calculations if his claim is valid. So we are always expecting a question like this on finance, whereby we have to verify if a certain claim made by a particular person there is either valid or invalid. Right. So here we are trying to verify whether Bobby will make a profit of more than 50% on one plate of chicken biryani. And how to do that, we know that in order to calculate profit, we have the formula that goes profit is equals to the selling price minus the cost price, right? Now, what is the selling price? When we read up there, we were told that Bobby intends, so let's read here. Bobby intends selling a plate of chicken biryani for 80 rupees, right? Now, 80 rupees, that is our selling price. But then what is the cost price? So that is the cost for making and packaging that plate of chicken biryani. That's 51.43. It's the value that we got from the previous question. Then our profit will be, so if we subtract that, we get a profit of 28.57 into say 28.57 rupees. So this is the profit that Bobby there makes on only just one plate of chicken biryani. Now let's calculate the percentage profit. We know the formula for percentage profit. That's profit over the cost price, then multiply that by 100. Now what is the profit? It's 28.57 rupees. And then what's the cost price? Remember, it's 51.43. Then we have to multiply that by 100. Right, so let me write it properly there. So we have the profit being 28.57 rupees over the cost price of 51.43 rupees, then multiply that by 100. We find that the percentage profit is 55.55%, which is more than 50%. It is more than 50%. That means in conclusion, we can say Bobby's claim is valid, right? So Bobby was correct. He is making more than 50% profit on just one plate of chicken biryani. Then let's proceed to the last question. We have the exchange rate between South African rand and Indian rupees on 3 March 2021 is given in table 5 below. So table number 5 is the exchange rate, South African rand to Indian rupees. So we are told that 1 rand is equivalent to 4.8346707 rupees. And then 1 Indian rupee is only equivalent to 0.206839 cents, right, in terms of the South African currency. Now they say determine in ZAR, which is the South African exchange currency, the price of masala powder, right? So this is in South African rands. So what is the cost of masala powder? It is 10 rupees, right? Then this is how we're going to go about it, because we want the price in South African rands. We're going to say 1 rupee is equivalent. So let me write it like this. 1 rupee is equivalent to 0.206839 cents. So this is in Indian rupees, and then this is in South African rands, right? So if 1 rupee is equivalent to that in South African rands, then let's find out what 10 rupees is equivalent to. So we don't have the value for here, but then in order to find the value there, we only just need to cross multiply this. So that will be 10 rupees multiplied by 0.206839. Right. Then let's find out our value there will be equivalent to 2 rand 0.06839. Right. So if we have to round off to 2 decimal places, we have 2.07 cents, right? So this is the price of masala powder in South African rands. So that's how you were just expected to go about solving that question. Okay, so and that's where we're going to end the lesson today. So please hit that thumbs up button if you have watched the video and you have enjoyed the video. And then if you've been watching the videos and haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. But most importantly, please share the link with your friends and classmates so that they may also find assistance. Remember, do not be selfish. We are winning as a team.